For pound, the best home fragrance and beauty products, you need to go to AssKicking.com.
What's up? What up?
There it goes.
What's going on, y'all?
Dante Foxy Nation. Man, you're all over the place. All over.
What's going on, y'all?
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Mikey Garcia, he said something pretty interesting today in the press conference for Robert Easter. Apparently, according to Mikey Garcia, not only does his fans not want him to get in there with Errol Spence because they don't think he can win, but even his own family, they're imploring him to not fight Errol Spence. Here's exactly what Mikey Garcia had to say to the Players Tribune. There's another fight at the end of the year that I'm looking forward to even more if everything goes well against Robert. I want a challenge for the IBF World Welterweight crown. The undefeated champion is Errol Spence Jr., big, strong, dangerous fighter. Everybody is telling me not to take the fight. Everybody, even my father and my brother. Don't take it right now. They say, let's go after the other guys first. You don't even need to go to welter. You can take on guys at 135, 140, where you're a little more comfortable. But that doesn't excite me. I want the toughest guy, and that happens to be a welterweight. I'm better than ever in my prime, and because everybody says no, that gives me more motivation to do it. Besides, this is the type of fight that is going to cement my name in history. Other fighters win titles and then just defend them. What's the point in that? The champions we remember are the ones who take risk, who take the biggest challenges, the biggest fights. That's why I want to take the fight. And when I win it, I think the whole world is going to be like, wow, this is no joke. This kid really is the best on the planet. End quote. Now, the interesting thing about everything that Mikey Garcia just said right there is I completely agree with everything that Mikey Garcia's father and brother said. And I also agree with everything that Mikey Garcia just said right there. This is what being great is about. Taking risk, challenging yourself, daring to be great. By way of contrast, you have Gennady Golovkin, who was promoted as the boogeyman. And as soon as he gets tough competition in his own division that are his mandatories, he'd rather give up his belts rather than face them. But you have someone like Mikey Garcia, on the other hand, that's calling out a fighter that fighters at the welterweight division don't even want to fight, right? He has to move up another weight class to fight this guy. That says a lot about Mikey Garcia's heart, and I truly believe it's Mikey Garcia's Mexican pride that's really driving him and motivating him even more. The fact that, and I've said this before, Mikey has said it, the fact that people are not giving him a chance against Spence, that makes Mikey want to prove those people wrong even more. But Robert Garcia and Mikey's father, they were absolutely right when they said you could fight other fighters. Me personally, I think it would be a good idea for Mikey to go after Keith Thurman first, because I believe, at least against Keith Thurman, I believe Mikey actually has a chance of beating Keith Thurman. I don't think that he has a chance at all of beating Errol Spence. I don't think he has a chance at all of beating Errol Spence because, once again, I told you guys, when you're moving up in weight against some slow, easy to hit, one-dimensional fighter, you have a chance, even if that person overpowers you and has a size advantage over you. It's like Manny Pacquiao going up against Margarito, right? You have a chance against that type of opponent. But the problem with Errol Spence is Errol Spence may be not only bigger and stronger than Mikey Garcia, but there's a very good chance he may be more skilled than Mikey Garcia as well. But let's just say, for Mikey Garcia's sake, they're on the same skill. They have the same skill set. that still makes it a very difficult fight for Mikey Garcia. But like I said in my last video about this, I would love to see it. And now if Mikey Garcia, if he beats Robert Easter, we get to see even a bigger fight. Mikey Garcia against Errol Spence. Now, once again, a lot of Mikey Garcia fans are panicking right now. They're panicking in my comment section for sure. They're saying, no way, don't do it, Mikey, and I don't want to see him go up against Errol Spence, etc., etc. Now, because I told you guys in my last video that I would love to watch this fight, I would really love to watch this fight, some fans, they automatically interpreted that as me saying it would be an even match. No, I never said it would be an even match. I'm saying I would love to see the fight. Just like I really wanted to see the Rigo versus Loma fight, despite the fact that Rigo had to move up 2 weight classes. Keep in mind, guys, when Mikey fights against Errol Spence, he won't be moving up 2 weight classes. He will only be moving up 1 weight class. Okay? It's still a disadvantage. But I'm just saying, because some fans, they were comparing, or at least one guy in the comment section, he compared it to the Rigo versus Loma fight. This is a little bit different. Because once again, Mikey, he's already fought at 140. Rigo, on the other hand, he had never fought at 126. He completely skipped that division just for a fight against Lomachenko. He was daring to be great, okay? But I want people to understand, great fighters like Shane Mosley, he moved up 2 weight classes to fight against Oscar De La Hoya, and he beat him. Roberto Duran moved up 2 weight classes to fight Sugar Ray Leonard, and he beat him. So it is possible. It's been done before. Andre Ward, he moved up 1 additional weight class to beat Sergey Kovalev not once but twice. So if Mikey Garcia is good enough, then he can do what greats like Sugar Ray Leonard, Andre Ward, and Roberto Duran did. But once again, we all know that is a very tall order. And I don't think he's going to be able to do it against Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence's style is just all wrong for Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia is not an inside fighter. Mikey Garcia is a mid-range puncher. He likes to set you up with straight punches. He's not that much of an inside fighter. Errol Spence, on the other hand, he can fight on the inside. He loves to fight on the inside, but he can also box. He can also set you up with straight punches. He's not one-dimensional at all. He's anything but one-dimensional. And I wonder if Mikey Garcia beating Adrian Broner, and especially beating Adrian Broner in New York, especially considering the fact that you guys have to remember, it was only a couple years ago that fighters on the West Coast, Mexican fighters, they always fought on the West Coast. They always had the hometown advantage. But more recently, because of the emergence of the Brooklyn Barclays Center and the PBC series, we're getting a lot of fights, over there in Brooklyn. So it was something that hadn't been done too often for certain fighters to have to leave their comfort zone of fighting in front of their own fans to now all of a sudden be fighting in someone else's backyard. But then for you to win convincingly under those circumstances, that has really got to boost your confidence. And that's why I wonder if this is why Mikey is so confident to take on Errol Spence. But if that is the case, I'll tell you this right now, Mikey. I can't predict the future, but I can definitely tell you for sure that Adrian Broner is no Errol Spence. Okay? Hell, even Keith Thurman ain't no Errol Spence. So, it was crazy. We talking all about Errol Spence, but once again, Mikey Garcia, he has the toughest challenge of his career tomorrow, going up against Robert Easter. I've already told you guys this is a 50-50 fight. There's no guarantee he will even win this fight. So let's see what happens tomorrow. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Yep.